Yo, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, The Beautiful Game of Life. I'm Ramsey Abutrala, editor-in-chief of UrbanPitch.com. Julio Monterosa, Bridget Flores, co-executive directors of Vibes in the building. What's going on, y'all? How we doing?
That's a lot to say now.
It's a mouthful.
It is.
Hey, yo.
It is.
I mean, I never minded a mouthful. So,
Hey, you go.
We love big titles.
It's okay. Yeah, big titles.
Big moves.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah. So we're making moves, though, because if you notice, those of y'all watching at home, we got some new additions to the visuals here. Our friends at Buchanan's Whiskey sent us over a little care package, and we're sipping on that today in the Urban Pitch mugs. It's not water today. It's a little whiskey and Coke, little Pino whiskey with some mango. So shouts to y'all. Thank you for sending that over. And I was a little bit like when we, talking to Buchanan's and shout out to Fernanda with Hunter PR for sending these over.
Appreciate you.
But talking to them and, just getting the history and the background of them, like I wasn't familiar with Buchanan's whiskey when, they're explaining it to me. And then they were talking about how, they have a Latino audience. And then it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, oh, that's Buchanan's.
Buchanan's.
Yeah. So, it didn't click to me that it was, because I would never read the label.
It's not clocking to you.
Yeah, it was not clocking to. I was not
We're
clocking.
drinking Buchanan's.
Yeah, exactly.
My tios would be very proud of me right now. This is a very, very proud moment for my tios to have the Buchanas out on the table respectfully.
Yeah.
That means
right.
we've made it.
I'm
changing the progression of what the Buchanas on the table looks like.
It's crazy because
you know what I'm saying?
I'm drinking Buchanas and singing Último Deseo from the Recoditos.
Right.
Una de Buchanan. So
it's name dropped in music.
Yeah.
A lot.
Último Deseo is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. It's like Bucanas and then the grupo and the corridos are hitting, and then the tios are hitting the table with the Bucanas.
I don't know what they're hitting, but they're hitting. Shout out to the tios.
Hey, it be hitting.
I'm not familiar with how it got ingrained with the community so much. Why is that such a Hispanic heavy?
Honestly, me learning about Bucanas was usually seeing corridos or seeing Mexican music videos. How they used to bring it up all the time, and they used to hang out with my friends from high school and going to their banda parties. They had bandas, and it was honestly all Bucanas. There was nothing else Bucanas and other spirits.
Yeah.
So,
but I will say, I think it's just a generational thing. It's like a trend thing, a cultural thing. For me, it's just been something that I've always seen, in my family, at the family functions, the family parties.
Picolandia.
Watching at Picolandia, Pico Rivera. If you got a table and you got Bucanas, you're it. You're that guy.
Yeah.
And also during the holidays, especially for during the holidays, but in Christmas, there's this hot drink that we make called ponches, and so it's different fruit heated up, steamed with cinnamon and caña, which is a type of
sugarcane.
Yeah, sugarcane.
Yeah,
sugarcane. And so we have that. And I remember growing up, I'd always see my dad or my uncles being like, hey, pásame la botella. And they'd bring out Bucanas and they'd pour it into the ponche. So to me, that I was always like, why do they do that? Why do they do that? So then eventually as I got older, me and the cousins,
of age to drink.
Yeah.
Of age
after
to
21,
drink.
After 21,
yes.
You have to be 21.
We're all hanging out, and we're all having our own little vibe. So then we started to grab ponche and we started to put little bucanitas in there, and it hits different. It just tastes, honestly, it just makes it even better. But I think it's just the little things, the moments that you make with bucanas, the traditions that you pass along in the family, and just making memories with it. It's a vibe. And it's also good. And also, I think for artists, at concerts, you see them pull the bucanas out and they're turn it drinking. And I also think that the way that it comes out is easier than any other bottle, because you're mid stage, you're performing, and they bring the bottle out. You're gonna
Well, the thing is, it's a trick.
It's not the whole thing coming out.
It's meant to be drank almost straight out. Because when we were pouring this up, I was like, why is it coming out like that? And then now you explain it, and it's like, okay, they obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah, there's a science to it.
Yeah,
they know what
yeah.
they're
So
doing.
they know their audience, and that's just, I mean, that's just good business. You know?
Shout out to
is.
Buchanans.
Yeah.
Shout out to Buchanan.
However you say it.
yeah. So they were saying the full government name, and so I wasn't
Buchanan
at first, you know.
Right.
And then,
They weren't giving you the
It is
slang.
Scottish.
Yeah.
It is Scottish.
It's a Scottish whiskey.
We adopted it.
Yeah,
But adopted in Mexico.
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
It is.
So
and shout out to Fernanda. It was so dope to meet them in New York.
Yeah.
And y'all thought we were out there just to have a good time. We were having a good time, man,
Business
and
Business.
making things
baby.
happen.
Business.
Yeah. But that was also really cool. So
Yeah, and they're hopefully we'll do more things with them as the World Cup comes up. So keep it tuned in for that. But speaking of the World Cup, I mean, today's episode we're going to be talking about some of the lead up. There's a couple of news drops surrounding World Cup centric issues. We can get into some of the big moves that are happening in MLS with transfers. But first, I think let's just start with the big headline, which came out that I think there's an article in The Athletic. I don't know if they're the original reporters of it, but that's where I first came across it. World Cup parking in LA specifically reported to be between $250 and $300, and this is not like rumor. This is factual. And this is $300 in like the premium Intuit Dome garage, which is right across the stadium, and then $250 even for a lot that might even be a mile away from the stadium. So it's not like you're getting on-site parking,
right.
And you're paying a pretty big premium in some cases. If you're buying tickets at face value, the Group 4 tickets are less than that. So obviously, this is a big concern. We talked about World Cup ticket prices in the past, but now this is another thing adding on to the expenses. What are you guys' thoughts on just the rising costs?
Yeah,
Absolute madness.
I live 3 or 4 miles away from SoFi, so I'll be charging $50.
Julio. He's like, find me your local
Find me,
valet.
I got a good little size front yard. I feel like get 6 cars, $50 a piece. For more important games, it'll be $75. But just here
anything after round of or after the group stage, hit him up
Knockout
privately.
stage.
Yeah. And then I'm close to the K line. I'll take you straight to. I got you. No, but that's crazy. $250.
It's crazy work.
Especially for the Intuit Dome, it's crazy because those Clipper tickets are $14. So it makes sense.
I think normally the parking at that it's like in the $50 to $60 range, which honestly still is pretty steep.
Pretty steep.
Parking in general, I think Dodger Stadium, if you buy it in advance, it's like $35. If you buy it at the gate, it's like $40, $50. LAFC or BMO, it's around the 50, 60 range. It's always going
Depends on
up.
the games, actually. Yeah.
And honestly, dude, whoever figured out that you could charge money for parking, you're just it's an insane thing to think of. Free parking, you take that for granted in neighborhoods or wherever, and then obviously where there's a demand for something, you're gonna that's just how the world works, So I don't know, this is, you from a financial standpoint, right? There's obviously high demand, there's limited space. Though that combination of things usually leads to a higher price point. I mean, it's not that, it's like you don't need an economics degree to understand that. But it just feels predatory to charge this to get, I mean, you even heard Tim Moya talking about the tickets are too high. And Pochettino had some words against, players speaking out on stuff off the pitch, which is a whole nother can of worms. But the prices for everything are already so high, and to add this on top of that, it's just we need to find some kind of middle ground or find an alternate way to get to the stadium. I know, public transport or public transit in LA is kind of difficult to navigate.
It's getting better, though.
It is getting better, but still, I mean, a city this big has its issues, and you take a look at other cities like Dallas or Miami where the stadiums are kind of far out. They're not in the city center. That's going to be another can of worms too in terms of pricing and just people getting into the stadium. We saw what happened at the Copa America final last summer. So this is just another thing to kind of, raise a red flag on or keep I don't know, it's
definitely a money grab, and it sucks that of course you're paying high prices for World Cup games, and then on top of that you have to pay high price for parking. And then on top of that, the parking you're getting isn't even guaranteed to be like in the parking lot of the stadium. It's like just the 20-minute walk, which is crazy. At that point, might as well just park somewhere in downtown, take any of the metro lines up to Inglewood, or like if we're talking about SoFi, take it straight up to Inglewood and then walk down. Like you're saving time, you're saving money. Maybe you're not saving time, but you're gonna want to get there early anyway.
Right.
So, like, yes, public transportation isn't as accessible, and it doesn't make it any easier, but it could be an alternative that works to paying $250 for parking, and you have to still walk like 20, 30 minutes.
You know what we should do? One of these weekends, we should do a video of getting to SoFi from downtown or from the west side or from, like Los Feliz, Silver Lake area, like we should do like a video on like how long it took. What was like the overall experience? Like how many switches do we have to make?
What did you pay?
Were the cars on time? Like I think that would be somewhat interesting to kind of see because I mean I've taken the red line to the Expo line for BMO, and that's a pretty straightforward.
Drops you off right. Yeah.
Easy, that's a really easy. Like from North, because when I was living in the Valley, just go from North Hollywood, one change of the Purple line to the Expo line, and that's it. But after COVID, the like upkeep, the maintenance of the trains were like it was non-existent. So that kind of sucked. I'm assuming like pre-World Cup that they're going to kind of make things pretty spotless just because of how many people are going to come in to town. So I'll be interested to kind of see that experience, and I think that would be that just came to my head.
I think that'd be cool, but then the reality is that like what will this look like? I think it'd be great to do a video like that, but it's also like what is that going to look like the day of, like the actual day of game match. Or like matches happening and going on, especially for like buses, because I know that like you can only go so far on the metro line, but then you take buses on your way into Inglewood. Like what is the accessibility for a bus to be able to move out of traffic and not be stuck in traffic?
But I think it'll be easier to walk because like if I'm not mistaken, they have a train station that stops right there off of La Brea, and I forget the other street, but it's next to the cemetery, which is like from the cemetery to
the aviation center.
Aviation. So from La Brea and Aviation, walking towards SoFi is about not even a mile, like probably less than a mile walk. So it's not that bad. I've taken the train from the west side all the way to Staples Crypto Arena, and it isn't that bad. Of course, the upkeep wasn't good, but now I've taken it not too long ago, and it's pretty clean. Usually, like in the more rough areas, you'll see a police presence, and if you do see somebody like a homeless person, or somebody on the train, they usually are good with like escorting them out if they have to, if they're causing any ruckus. So I think it's gotten better, but yeah, I think it'll be a great video because everything from the SoFi is about 10 miles away, and everybody thinks that's close. Yeah. But y'all don't know LA traffic.
Miles, it's like
10 miles is about an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, it's
not even fun. Drive. It's just like bumper to bumper the whole way there.
Yeah,
which sucks.
and it's gonna be like you said, Bridge. It's gonna be 10 times worse, maybe even more. With
the day
when there's so many people around, the traffic's gonna be way worse. The congestion, the pedestrian, like LA's not really built for pedestrians. It's not there's not a lot of walkable areas, especially once you get further out from downtown, So I don't know. The core instinct in me thinks that this is going to be a mess. I'm hoping that somehow they figure out like a way to make. I mean, LA's no stranger to hosting big events. So we did the Olympics.
We're doing the Olympics again, and
we did a World Cup final. Yeah. We're doing the Olympics again in a couple of years. So I'm hoping that the infrastructure will be clear and like enough to like kind of make it. It's not gonna, no matter what, it's not gonna be an ideal experience, but at least for like somewhat easy to get in and out of the stadiums, because that's the hardest and the worst part of getting into these big stadiums in that aren't like in a walkable area
Yeah.
from the city center.
Another part, not just like the transportation of it, but I'm curious to see what the prices are going to start to look like for hotels and Airbnbs around that time. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you're just trying to celebrate Father's Day in June and like you're just trying to plan something. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be up. Restaurants, local bars, even like food out on the street, hotels, Airbnbs, like everything is going to be up there.
Yeah.
The hot dog prices are gonna go up again.
Yeah, what are
That's
they learning?
crazy.
Like
$10 now, man.
Dude, it is over $10 for the
That's
street dogs.
insane.
Yeah, it's $15. Come
And
on.
you can like sometimes you can handle some prices.
Come on, Guadalupe. You're killing me.
That's crazy. But
Everything, the prices are just
Killing
gonna go
me.
up around the
Yeah.
time, which is crazy because I'm curious to think of like when the World Cup was in Qatar, like I'm pretty sure we would talk about this and we were thinking like, how are people gonna get there? How are they gonna get in? Like, are they gonna have access? Are their phones gonna be hacked? So it's just interesting to see like what the concerns are nowadays for this World
there's
Cup.
always that discussion. I was
Yeah.
having this conversation with somebody a few weeks ago, but it's like Qatar World Cup. There was obviously like the human rights issues, and a lot of people. It wasn't like if you were excited for the World Cup, it was almost like uncool. It was like, come on, man, like you can't be excited for that. Like the stadiums are built with like slave labor and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like so.
Right.
I heard that in Brazil as well.
Yeah, in Brazil, the working conditions were terrible. So there's always these like
Right.
concerns around the World Cup, what it brings, the cost of building these stadiums, only for them to become vacated in like you've seen like the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Most of those stadiums they built for the Olympics, they're in ruins. They look like like the Roman. The not cathedral, the Colosseum,
The Colosseum.
right? Like it looks like the Colosseum was like ivy growing everywhere. It's like completely unkempt, and it sucks because so much money was spent on these things, and in some cases, like in Brazil, people were displaced from their houses because they had to build the stadium in their neighborhood. So
Yeah.
it's like they were priced out, and for what? Now there's nothing taking place in these massive cost holes. So there's always like the concern trolling going into a World Cup. Once the action hits, though, like once Qatar, like it's almost everything like becomes forgotten, and like for better or for worse, maybe that'll happen once the games start here. Especially if the games are good, you'll start to forget about all the concerns that we had going into this. But I don't know. It's important to like keep those in like
In mind.
in
I
your
mean,
head
in
when-
addition to that, another point of conversation is just like everything that's going on with the ICE raids and like
Yeah.
the government and the ICE agents that are out and that have been out in LA and other cities and states in the US. Like that's another concern, another worry. And like I think also for people that want to come out on a visa, now they're like, is this the best idea for me, for my family? Am I going to be safe in the US? And it's just like insane and unfortunate that this is like the situation that we're in. But it is a conversation that people are having, and people are probably like backing out. They're like, no, like I'm not safe. I'm just gonna wait it out or just stay out here.
Yeah, and then you have like fans from Haiti or fans from Iran that want to come watch the teams play, and it's like I don't even know if they're going to be allowed to come in. So it's interesting. You get all these conversations when there's a event as big and as international as a World Cup, and then when the games start, it's like almost everything starts to disappear.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because a shout out to the Browns at Buchanan. I know they're gonna have nice viewing parties. There is not gonna be so pricey. So hopefully they get happy hours. So and there's like places they're gonna have. I know they said they just released a list of
fan
places.
zones?
Yeah, places, fan zones. I thought I saw the Magic Johnson
Park.
I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Be careful there.
Yeah.
But like,
And another point where when Bridge was saying like all the Airbnbs and the hotels.
Yeah.
Like if you go down Century, there's like a lot of motels and like places that have like
you don't want to be in Romana.
the names. I mean, not even Ramada. It's not even.
Hey, the Snooty Fox on Western, just stay there. It's
charge by the hour.
It's a nice place. You can pay for the hour. I know.
But they have like it's called like Hollywood Inn.
Yeah.
Or like these like
Right.
airport suites or something like that. And like on paper, like if you're online and you're booking a hotel, like you're like, oh, like airport suites, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
And then you drive by it, and it's like,
And you're just like,
ooh.
But some of these motels,
Sunset Inn.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
some of these motels
Yeah.
got taken over for homeless living spaces during COVID, and they had like registered nurses there providing medicine for the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these motels that you see are actually not even motels anymore.
Yeah.
They're like hospices for like the homeless.
That's
Right.
crazy.
I know.
man.
So be careful where you stay, and you don't want to go into.
Do your due diligent research.
Yeah.
For
Ask
sure. Look at
around.
photos. Look at reviews.
No, not even look at photos, because if you see palm trees, you're probably not in the same neighborhood.
No, like photos of the rooms and the area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Get a tour in advance.
exactly
point.
because
Stay in Hotel Cecil, like it's a good place.
Just stay home. Just stay
they
home.
rebranded. No,
They
Cecil rebranded. It's called like the
LA8 or
It's
something.
called, yeah, it's like the Downtown Arms or something. I forget the name, but yeah.
First of all, if you see your elevator looking kind of weird about it, it's probably not gonna be a good place to stay.
Look at the elevator service state. That's
Yeah.
always a hack
good,
to see if you're in a well-maintained building. If it's like 1 or 2 years out, you know,
Give it
a
some
little bit of
break.
wiggle room.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
over 2 years, if you see like 2022 or 2023 in that,
Get out of there.
Maybe that's not the place.
Hit
to
the
stay.
emergency and run out. Yeah, man. It's gonna be it's interesting. It's like it's crazy how there's like two sides of the coin here, right? Like it's like it kind of gives like dystopian world where it's just like what, like we're excited for this. We're passionate about the game. We want it to be here, and then at the same time the realities of like our current state, and then also just the realities of like the gap that there is between access to the game and then the people that love it and like the lower income community. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
And I've never been in like a major city for an event this big. Like I was at the Women's World Cup in 2019 in Lyon and Paris, and that, like, you could feel like it was very like present. You could feel the energy. There's a lot of people in jerseys around. Like there was signage. Like, but for something like this in the place where I grew up, I'm wondering to see how different it actually is. Because I don't know what Paris is like outside of. That's the only time I've been to Paris or Lyon. So for me, that's just how it is all the time. Like for me to see like the difference between what LA is normally like versus what LA is like during the World Cup, that to me is gonna be super interesting. How different it is, and then in the aftermath, how it's going to be perceived from the outside point of view. Like, oh, you know, like LA looked great, like, you know, because we could do some great PR and like kind of hide some of the nasty stuff that happened or like some of the bad stuff that happened and be like, yeah, you know, this was a huge major success story, and that might be the story that gets put out there. But I'm interested to see, like, being actually there, how is it, what actually happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you see these things where, like, I don't want to put the conspiracy tinfoil hat on, but like you see some of these like things where obviously people want to make themselves look good or like paint the story in their image of, like, you know, everything went well, like this was perfect, like, you know, like especially in Qatar, like somewhere in Qatar where like there's so much success reported on, like this was such a great World Cup in terms of the execution and everything, but I don't know what it was actually like there. I spoke to a couple people
there
that were there, you know, that, you know, said like, yeah, it was actually kind of nice. It was very, you know, well done. Like it seemed like everything was on point, and maybe it was, but maybe for someone who was from Qatar, maybe it was different from their point of view. So it's interesting to get this side of the coin, because I'm always on the other side of the coin being like, oh, it looked great. Like the fan zones were really well done. The security looked good, you know, so it's always a different story what actually gets reported versus what actually happens.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see that.
I feel like everybody should be remote them 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
because
whole
for
month,
sure.
the
Oh,
whole
for
month.
sure.
Whole month.
That, I mean,
The whole
the
month,
traffic.
and then add the first week of July because it's fourth week. It's the
I feel
whatever
bad.
it's called. What is
the
it?
traffic's already bad.
The week-
Imagine going to work 3 miles and take you an hour, and you're like, why are you late? Because of the World Cup.
Yeah.
right. And so, I mean, we're going to have plenty of excuses
Yeah.
come
Which
that
is
time.
exciting too, right? Like the World Cup bug is already hitting. Like we're
Yeah.
already seeing activations out. We're already seeing people, you know, like share like their
Yeah.
opportunities that are coming. Brands are like getting in on it. The excitement is there. So it's also going to be exciting to see more awareness to the game. And we've talked about it. We've talked about what the growth of soccer, football looks like in the U.S. And I think that we're going to see that come from this.
Yeah, and then, there's a big event this weekend coming up. I don't know if we can we legally say Super Bowl? Because everybody says, like, the big game. I don't know. I think we should say it.
You mean Bad Bunny's concert?
Bad Bunny's concert. During football. Yeah.
So this is obviously the biggest American sporting event of the year. It's not going to be the biggest.
America.
Yeah, I mean, normally in a regular calendar year, the Super Bowl is like the biggest sporting event of the year. Maybe I don't know what the global numbers are like, but specifically in the U.S., right? You always see like they always want to compare, the World Cup numbers versus the Super Bowl numbers, and it's not even close. But from a distinctly American perspective, this weekend being Super Bowl weekend, and Bad Bunny headlining the halftime show. He just won Grammy Album of the Year, first Latin
Spanish
language album to win that award.
Yes, sir.
How hyped are you guys for the halftime
show? I'm just excited. Bad Bunny's winning. Like, that's the game. What game? It's Bad Bunny's concert. Like, I'm watching for Bad Bunny, and may whoever's involved also have a good time.
But like you're not like an NFL fan, right? Because like last year you watched for Kendrick too, right?
Right, exactly. So I mean, obviously the game itself is great. It's gonna be. It's always fun to watch the competition behind the two teams in the final. But I don't have any like allegiance to the Patriots or Seahawks. You know, I think if I had to choose, I'd pick the Seahawks because I don't know why not. West Coast. West Side repping. But I think.
Wow.
The halftime is always what gets me.
Yeah.
And then especially with just like what it means right now in the world to have Bad Bunny lead that, and then to lead it in a very dominated like American game.
Yeah.
Julio's gonna be in the other room. He's gonna get the
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. He's gonna be specifically streaming the Turning Point USA. Kid Rock.
Those guys are idiots. Like,
Kid Rock is one guy.
Yeah. Like
those guys.
No, I'm saying those guys because they.
Right.
Like. Homeboy's wife. But
okay.
But
like go on.
But like whatever. Idiots. Like he's American. Like you're saying because he speaks Spanish, he's not American. Like I don't know. Like is that hate?
There's just no need.
There's no need for that. And Bad Bunny's winning. He has a Grammy, not a Latin Grammy, a Grammy.
Right.
So how many Grammys does Kid Rock have? Like none. And that's a guy that, like whatever. They can have their show. Show your allegiance. Just show how much of an ignorant you are by watching that. But yeah, back to Bad Bunny, man. Good for him. Like the amount of how Spanish music has grown from just being like a genre of if you know, like between like Spanish kids that wanted to hear. They started off as Spanish reggae. Then started into like the cumbia, different beats, and became reggaeton, what it is today. And Bad Bunny starting from like reggaeton during that trap era, that 2017, 2018, to now being like pop star, globally recognized, being that guy, to be the first Spanish artist to not only win a Grammy, also perform this. They had Shakira. Did they have Shakira?
I mean, Carlos Santana did the Super Bowl. They've had.
But yeah, but he was.
I mean, that's another thing. Nobody's known Santana performing.
Yeah,
the Super Bowl.
and this guy's Bad Bunny's more for the Spanish speaking audience because most of his music is Spanish speaking. So I'm hoping that. Honestly, I just can't wait. I want to see what he does. I want him like to basically say something like how Kendrick made a statement, like the Easter eggs that Kendrick had on his performance, having like his ex crip walking on stage. So I want to see that from Bad Bunny, like this Easter egg hunts, like even putting a little TV, putting like the turning point, like nobody's watching that, get that out of here, and going back to saying like little things like that. I want to see from Bad Bunny.
I just feel like there's no need to like divide, if like there's just no need. But whatever, I'm not even gonna touch that. But I was thinking about this. Didn't we talk about like who we would want in the Super Bowl halftime last year? Us?
Did we say Bad Bunny?
In the World Cup final?
World Cup final.
Show. Yeah. So we were talking about Bad Bunny was one of the suggested artists because of how international, like, his international appeal.
Like
he's going on global tours and selling out global tours. You know, there's only like a handful of people that can do that.
He didn't do a global tour this year, and he decided to do it all in Puerto Rico from La Casita, and the economy went up like 200%.
Yeah,
so that's
and
crazy.
Then he only did the Latin America.
Yeah, so he basically changed the economy for his country as well. So that is crazy, man.
Yeah, and so like he's one of a handful, like it's like him, Beyonce, Drake, Taylor Swift, Kendrick Lamar can do it. Jay-Z might have it. There's very few people that have that kind of international global appeal where it doesn't matter where you are in the country, they probably know who you are, they know your music, you can go anywhere in the world. Like it's crazy. I couldn't even imagine having that kind of status. Like, and I just watched the Michael Jackson biopic trailer, and so like that came to mind.
So it's crazy though, because like I read something, I don't know how true it is, but prior to Michael Jackson doing the Super Bowl, WWE, WWF, WWE, whatever it was called, during that time they used to have like a performance, like a halftime show.
Oh, really?
So and it was getting real popular. So so what the NFL did is they brought Michael Jackson to do the halftime show, and ever since then it's been like popping halftime shows.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
he kind of started
the whole trend. So
wow.
That is crazy.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, seeing from what it is now to Jay-Z taking over a lot of the criticism, but he bringing more urban artists, more minority artists to perform and like do this in a global stage, well, American stage, but like a global artist. Like it's just gonna bring the NFL's viewership to a whole new audience that, like Bridget, she has no alliance to any NFL team. Like, and I know most of these people from different countries, from Mexico South, they don't really watch. It's soccer and football for them, not like it's football, not football. So they're gonna bring a lot of new audience to the NFL game. So the NFL did right by bringing Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I'm excited to see his performance. He's always done an amazing job.
Who's the pre-game performance?
I didn't see that.
Isn't it Green Day?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It is Green Day.
And they have Green Day in it as well.
Yeah,
so
that's right. I did see that.
As if like we didn't need anything more to add to the plate. It's that.
Yeah, Green Day. I mean,
they have their coffee.
Shout out to the emos.
Yeah. Green Day had a huge, like, when I remember being in 5th grade, and like that's when American Idiot came out, and that was like the biggest thing. I was never like super into it, like maybe a couple songs here and there. Gina, when we do karaoke, she sings one of her go-tos is a Green Day song. So I have like maybe like 4 or 5 Green Day like tracks on a playlist. And
tell me why I thought the lead singer of Green Day, I might be mistaken bands, but I thought it was like the little chubby kid from the Sandlot. Didn't they have like a redhead like main singer Green Day?
Billy Joe Armstrong is he's
a redhead. Never mind. It might be a different group,
different band.
Yeah.
That's
wrong band.
Yeah.
Shout out Green Day though.
Yeah. Okay. What else? What are the headlines?
The U.S. jersey is ugly.
Oh, okay. So
you decided that?
Yeah, I don't like the waving flag stripes on the jersey. So, and then the number placement is just like wavy, stop.
Well,
wavy.
We talked about this when we saw the leaked images. I want to wait. I want to wait for the official. So the official photos came out as a leak, and so we have a closer picture of what they're actually going to look like, and it's pretty close to the mock-up that came out a few weeks ago when we talked about it. I want to reserve our judgment, so I want to hold your thoughts there, because I have similar thoughts, but it's the same thoughts that I had earlier when we saw the mock-up come out. Yeah. So I want to hold your thoughts right there, and then when we get the official releases with flattering photos that aren't blurry and that aren't,
Ramsey, all right, so. We went to a Nike event. Shout out Nike. Shout out you guys. Don't mess with the jersey, but shout out you guys. And they showed us a preview of that Kobe Barcelona jersey. And then we saw the leaked pictures. Even though they were blurry, they were spot on.
So that's not what I'm talking about, though. What I'm talking about is we have a photo of a dude in gray sweatpants and a blank number shirt.
Yeah.
That's the least flattering option of what we can get.
You like the gray sweatpants?
I mean, I wear gray sweatpants. I love gray sweatpants, but
Shout out to the gray sweatpants.
I mean, yeah, could have been more flattering, but interesting. No, so what I'm saying is, I want to wait to see the. Obviously, we know what they're gonna look like, but in that sense, like seeing them portrayed unflatteringly, the leak that we saw from the Kobe jerseys, it was the same image that we got at the Nike event. You know, they were the images of the marketing photo shoot. This was like a model for like when you buy the product online, they have like the model shot, and it's not always the most flattering look. So I want like the full uniform, what it's gonna look like with the numbers.
Is it blue shirts, white shorts? I don't know yet.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't know if the design's going to continue on the shorts. Like,
hey, Loki, I might be sick. Though.
Yeah. So
you're judging too early. You're judging too early.
If they go like wavy stripes on the shorts too.
Yeah.
Shout out Nike.
So I don't want to have a premature.
There you go. You never want to do that.
Opinion.
You never want to do premature.
So I want to hold your thoughts there. We can get into this when the full images.
No, but shout out the Argentina jersey, fire, that blue one that I saw.
The away jersey.
Is it
because the home jersey is already released?
No, it's like a dark blue one. It's like different type of dark blues. There's a reserve when all the jerseys come out.
Yeah. But what did come out?
He has an inside that we didn't even have.
Yeah, I know. Julio's a big time insider.
It's because he doesn't share his links. Like, come on, bro.
I can't let you know about my sneaky links.
Yeah.
He said that one I saw. We're like, we didn't see it, bro.
Well, because his phone has been broken for
oh, that's right.
For 2 days.
You were MIA. You weren't responding to the messages.
One thing that did come out though officially was the Adidas Bape collaboration, and they have a lot of international jerseys.
Not like Bape, like the smoking with the other Bape.
Yeah, a bathing ape. I'm not even gonna. I don't know. But
Buchanans are hitting.
They have a U.S. Throwback as part of that.
Oh wow.
We did. There's we might see like an official release of the throwbacks denim kit, but this is pretty close to a 1-to-1 remake of that jersey from '94. Long sleeve, has the Bape logo, not the U.S. logo, so it's like it's compliant. Mm-hmm. There's a Japan, like throwback Japan kit. I also saw outside of the Bape collaboration, Adidas did a couple, like a Mexico jersey, a Japan jersey with like, it wasn't Paisa Boys. Who did that? The Mexico.
That's like I know there's one like a real like.
I sent it in the group chat.
Urban one from Mexico, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, Adidas is really looking to tap into that kind of throwback vibe, and I really like the full Bape collection that they did. The super or the Sambas look great.
Yeah.
The U.S. jersey looks great, and then I mean, people say like Bape is. I mean, it's not at the height of its popularity as it was like in the mid 2000s, but they still do great stuff like every once in a while. So shouts
every once in a while they
yeah.
drop some really cool stuff. I'll never forget those damn hoodies. They had everybody on a chokehold.
I wanted them so bad. Dude.
All the way zipped all the way up. Like you always had that one kid in class who was in the back because the hoodie all zipped all the way up. Like we get it, bro. You're cool.
Shout out to my cousin Edwin. He let me borrow one, and I acted like it was mine. Like, but he had a few on him. So I had a Bape jersey. But he let me borrow it was like the white with the different colors. Like it was like orange, blue. And he let me borrow his. He has a whole dunk collection. So.
I may or may not have borrowed a few of those. In my time.
Well, you were living, you were going to school across the street from where all that was popping. Like Fairfax, like that was the time.
Were you wearing Last Kings around that time too?
Oh, I know. I wasn't wearing Last Kings. That's for sure.
The Paisas had Last King.
On a chokehold.
Them Paisas were wearing they had Tiger.
That and then also what's the other one with the it was like the varsity jackets. The name was right here. Oh my god.
Crooks and Castles?
No, not Crooks and
Castles. The
Hundreds? No. It was another one. It was like members only.
Oh
my god.
I mean, that's like a classic brand though. That was like hot in like the 80s.
I remember Crooks and Castle, the Hundreds.
Yeah.
The Hundreds.
What was the other one?
It was always like Crooks and Castles, the hundreds, members only. Supreme was up there
Supreme.
too.
Supro, like I'm just LRG, like
LRG.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking of all the brands that like sponsor those mixtapes.
Yeah.
10 Deep was
10
a big
Deep.
one.
Also skateboarding, that because I remember the stickers, all that you're naming, I remember as stickers on skateboards.
I remember
oh my God.
for LRG, I used to go to Karma Loop.
Dude,
That
Karma
was
Loop,
to see like when they were like
Fire.
20% on discount. Get it there because if I go in a Macy's or Robinson's May,
dude,
they were
that
charging an
was
arm and leg.
expensive. Yeah. There's a store at the mall, Against All Odds. I don't know if you guys remember that store.
Yes.
But they had like all the brands like, and they would have like the sale rack. And dude, one time, man, my dad got so mad at my mom because I was like, you know, you always got to ask your mom to go shopping, right?
Yeah.
So it's like for my birthday, they had it wasn't a Bape hoodie, but it was like a Bape-esque hoodie. And it was still I can't believe my mom said yes to it. Like I was like, Mom, can I have this? Like, you know, just like, you know, like Hail Mary throw. I was expecting her to
Why
say no.
not?
Your mom's
Like,
a cool one for sure.
Yeah, and my mom was like, yeah. And she's like, her whole thing was like, just don't tell Dad, right? You know. Somehow, my dad saw me wearing the jacket, and he's like, it was ridiculous. It was like blue, orange,
Flashy.
like the flashiest
Yeah.
thing. Like, and that was the furthest thing from my style. My dad, he was like, what the hell? What are you wearing? You know, like, he's like all mad, like, you know, like.
That's how Denzel Washington got caught in that movie. Studying blue magic.
Exactly. Frank, not Frank White. What's his name? Anyways, he was at the boxing match and he was
with the chinchilla.
Keep going.
So my dad goes like, what are you wearing? Like what? Like that's the ugliest jacket I've ever seen. I was like, Dad, this is like you don't understand. You know, like, this is cool. Like,
You don't know this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you like this? Swag.
And then somehow it got out like how much? Like it was like probably like $100 like plus like $120 jacket, which is
That's crazy.
Now it's I don't know when that became standard for a hoodie.
I know.
Like that's
hoodie.
a hoodie is like
hoodie.
exactly.
But 120 back then, that was
this is like 2007. So like
this is like $500
that's
now.
That's like $250, you know, like now. So
price is up.
anyways, my dad starts like, you paid that much for that? And like all this night he was like making me return it. I was like in tears, like no, like no. And then he was dropping me off at school one day and he saw like 3 kids in similar hoodies, like those bright colors. He goes, all right, maybe now I get it. And after I returned it too.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah,
my God, you
yeah.
returned it?
Yeah, I mean, it was
Dang, that
it's
sucks.
tough L.
You were
but-
so close to being the cool kid.
Yeah, I know. I had the hood zipped up all the way.
Is that the one with the skeleton? Remember the one with the skeleton? Like goes.
Yeah,
they were
it-
LRG.
So that was an LRG
Yeah.
one too. That went all the way up. It didn't have. It was like a bunch of like animals, like you know,
Yeah.
kind of like it was like a Bape knockoff, like pretty much.
Dang.
Bro, I remember when
there.
was it Pharrell that had the ice creams, the Reebok
Yeah,
ice creams?
yeah.
I wanted a pair.
BBC
I wanted a pair of ice creams so bad, and I saved my money. And I bought them, and my dad was like, "Why are you spending like it's like 125?"
Yeah.
And then he made me return them too. I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
You want new cleats or you want new like?
Right.
I'm like, man.
Yeah,
back then, and I got the Predators, but I'm like, man, I was mad at him too.
Damn, the struggles, man. I remember my brother when he was in high school, he got like some fresh Jordan 11s, and they were Jordan, or maybe not Jordan 11s, but they were like fresh Jordans. Took him to school. He came back and no shoes on. They stole his shoes. Yeah.
No,
So after that, my mom never let me wear my good shoes to school.
heartbreaking, dude.
And if I wore them, because then he played soccer, so he went into the locker room, changed for
Right,
soccer, came
yeah,
back,
and so-
gone. So if I did wear my good shoes, like I would literally take my backpack to practice and like sit it with me and like keep them with me, or just not risk it, or just wear them when I knew we didn't have soccer practice.
I was such a Rockefeller fan that I remember.
Rockaware was
Not only Rockaware, but like the S
the
Carters.
S-Carters,
and
yeah,
then
S-Dots.
Dame Dash bought Pro Keds. They were like
That's right,
Air Force
that's right.
knockoffs.
Yeah.
I have Pro Keds too. I'm like, man.
Yeah,
Dang.
Pro Cats I think predates Air Forces.
Yeah.
But somehow it switched up and they started like it's got to be so like infuriating as a brand, like when you're the originator, but then all of a
Then they
sudden you
switch it
get
up?
seen as the knockoff. It's like, bro, we were there, we were doing this before.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, man, that era, like now that's kind of
Yeah.
like.
I heard
how
Reebok
kids
might
are
come
dressing
back
now.
with the ice cream. So
I mean, Reebok just brought in Karol G, so they're about to pop off. They're about to
remember the
they have like a
Rihannas?
whole new line.
they had the Rihannas, and then
Wasn't
they had
that Keds? Was that?
no,
Reebok?
that was Reeboks, and they had the
Rihanna.
G-Units?
not only that, Dame Dash, the pastries the Reverend Run's daughters.
Oh, Angela Simmons.
Yeah,
Angie,
pastries.
Yeah. Wow.
I remember like
I
if I knew a girl wore pastries, I was like, all right, someone I gotta
The
talk
baby
to.
fat sweatsuit.
I knew that was my type. That was my
I used
type.
to
Or apple
rock
bottoms. I'm like, ooh.
The baby fat sweatsuits and my K Swiss.
Oh,
That was like
it.
what
I mean, that was
on.
a look. That was a look for sure.
Yeah, we
That's
was
funny,
in there.
man.
We
Yeah.
was in there.
Those were the girls I wanted to talk to. Something about those girls.
Hey, now
It
you
was
talk
always
to
a fun
Now you
time.
talk to one once a week.
Hey,
at least.
look. And you said I ruined your life, so there you go.
Oh man.
Those were the prototypes.
All right. I think it's a good place to end. Anything else that y'all want to get into
That's
before we
hilarious.
finish? All right.
Damn, I forgot. There was something. Remember, I was gonna say something else. It's okay. It'll come up.
Yeah, it'll come up.
No, Trinity Rodman. We didn't talk about Trinity Rodman real quick.
Okay, yeah, let's get
She's
into
the
Trinity.
GOAT.
She shout out to her. She's changing the whole league, not with all her like her skills, being part of the community. She does a lot of community events as well, but changing the game, changing the face of the game. There was a lot of criticism, even 2022 when we were talking about how the national team did not look like what you see in the U.S. So she's bringing a whole new swag to the team,
Yeah.
from like her TikTok dances to
Even
like her,
making the coach dance with her.
Yeah,
Which is
celebrations,
really
yeah,
cool.
so
Like,
shout out
that
to
was
her.
Funny. Yeah, I think I saw a really cool video talking about how she's like the future of athletes, not just female.
The prototype,
but,
yeah.
Just like athletes, period. Right? She's extremely outgoing, very charismatic, has a lot of brand deals.
Very social.
Yeah, like very active on social
and she
media.
does not. It's not scared to talk about her struggles with mental health. Speaking how her dad was not in her life, like
Yeah, and then like she always takes the time to sign autographs with fans, like.
She does TikToks with fans.
Yeah, and then she's in a high-profile relationship with Ben Shelton, who's a top American tennis
Shout out
player.
to him, I guess.
That helps.
Couple goals.
So like, just all around building a brand like she has done. That's why she's the face of the Adidas boot release.
Right.
She was the face of the Adidas kit release. Like the men's World Cup kits released.
US Women's National
The
Team
first
captain.
person, the very first person
You
you
see
see
her.
in the video is Trinity Rodman. That's not an accident. This is something that she's been building for a while, and I think the Triple Espresso U.S. Women's National Team, along with players like Alyssa Thompson, Katarina Macario, like Sofia Huerta, like all these players that are becoming like stars for the women's national team, like can build off of the buzz that Trinity's is kind of built on her own.
I think she's just, and today, as we're recording, is National Girls and Women's
Right.
in Sports Day. So shout out to all the
Shouts to
girls
her.
and women.
Shouts to everybody. Yeah.
shout out to
And
y'all.
gender expansive folks that are in the game. But I think another point of who she is and what she does is she's normalizing the fact that like you can be a girl's girl and you can also be a girl's girl of the sport too. Like,
Yeah.
and growing up, especially as a female, there's always this big divide between like, oh, you play sports or you look cute. Like you couldn't have both. And like, and if you did, then you were criticized, like you're not sporty enough or like you're not girly enough. So
You're
she's
wearing makeup to play a game.
yeah,
you know
like
what I
you're
mean?
about to
Like,
play a
that's-
game. Why are you
yeah,
wearing makeup?
yeah,
So
that was
it was
a
just
big
like
thing.
it's like she's just changing and breaking those barriers and stereotypes that were placed on us in society. And she's normalizing the fact that like I am just who I am. Like I love to be funny. I love to dance. I love to like laugh. And I love to also lead and speak with, like wisdom and share like a vision of what I want to do and what I want to and how I want to succeed, like on and off the pitch.
Yeah.
And like you don't see that a lot. So her doing it and winning and also setting the standard is an absolute like need, and it's about time that this is more seen in the industry.
Yeah.
From becoming the first $1 million player for the NWSL to
Now she's getting millions a year.
now she's like actually they have to make a whole new rule for her
Right.
to keep her in the league because there was a lot of rumors of her moving league. So that shows what she's bringing to the game, what she's bringing to the league, how we have to keep our stars, and that's an important star to keep in the U.S. We lost a lot of young stars to Europe. So now keeping somebody that is so important to the game, so important to the culture, so important to everything that is NWSL, that is women's soccer. It's amazing to see her. having all this success.
Yeah.
And she like highlights, like Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, like Coco Gauff, like all these kind of like young, talented athletes that are kind of making their own space in the game. So shouts to them, and shouts to Trinity. Thanks for bringing that up, Julio, because I'm glad that we brought that up, because she has been just making we've been following her since she made her debut with Washington when she was 19, and now just seeing her become a bona fide star, it's been cool to see, because
she's only 23.
Yeah, you don't see that all the time. You don't see like all the hype, all the she didn't play her year in college, and there's kind of like some speculation as to like what is she all hype? Is is it just the name, like all this and that? But she's for sure up to this point lived up to the hype and exceeded it. So
she went from being Dennis Rodman's daughter to now Dennis Rodman being Trinity's dad. Right.
Yeah.
So like she has changed that, and she made it a point that y'all gonna know this last name not because of my father, but because of me and what I'm bringing to this game.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. Shouts to her.
And we saw that list that came out, man. I'm just mad that we not on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just as bar to strive for in the future. I'm not mad at it. It is what it is.
It's only up from here.
Yeah, exactly. This has been another episode of the Urban Fish Podcast, The Beautiful Game of Life, part of the Believe Network. Shouts to Buchanan's Whiskey for sending the care package. More stuff with them coming up. Stay tuned for that. But for Julio Monterosa, Bridget Flores, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you next week.